Phyllis was an acrobat, went and fell in love with that Horatio, the human cannonball. The wedding neath the big top 10 with barkers, clowns, and elephants, sideshow family oddities and all. And the dog-faced boy howled out with joy while the tattooed lady was crying. 'Cause ever since the beginning, to keep the world spinning, it takes all kinds of time. Thomas was a congressman, closets full of skeletons, dresses that he wore on Friday night. And Phyllis was a pharmacist, a dabbled out a pinch of this, and cocked it to suppress her appetite. When the children were fiddling, she'd slip on some riddling and wait for Thomasina to arrive. And ever since the beginning, to keep the world spinning, it takes all kinds of kinds. Oh yeah, all kinds of kinds. This old guitar from children's shows to smoky bars. I'll take a break and think about the past. When I stood up in geometry and everybody stared at me, and I tossed my test into the trash, and I scratched off my number while hitching out under that bush league population sign. And ever since the beginning, to keep the world spinning, it takes all kinds of kinds. Oh yeah, all kinds of kinds. Ever since the beginning, to keep the world spinning, it takes all kinds of kinds. Oh yeah, all kinds of kinds.
Live and local, Terry Allen's Guitar Bar, Jerry Anderson in the studio. I have to tell you, one of the best times I've had in a long time was last Saturday night at Guitar Bar. In fact, they were there again just Friday night. We're talking about CamiMaki. Is there a name of the band, or is it just CamiMaki and the band?
It's CamiMaki and the Wandering Lost.
The Wandering Lost. Now, there's got to be a story behind that.
Mostly because we wander lost a lot of time.
You know, that was exactly what I was thinking, because I totally get that. If I didn't have GPS on my phone, I would not have a clue. And I'm sure, I bet you had GPS to get here tonight, didn't you?
On the charger the whole time.
On the charger. See, I do that too.
Yeah.
Like right here, phone on the charger.
Yeah, it'll run your phone down like crazy.
I know. Can't help it, but what do you do? CamiMaki. All right, so great sound. I said this to you earlier. I love the growl in your voice. I think that is one of the most attractive sounds in a female performer, is that growl. It just is something that you don't, you hear the sweet stuff, but no, that's not what I want to hear. I want somebody with some power, and that's exactly what you guys have.
We try to put out stuff that has a little bit of balls to it.
I like that. Now, do you consider yourself a country singer? Because I know you play some country, like we just heard the cover from Miranda Lambert. Or do you just play everything, just whatever strikes your fancy?
We kind of just, the way that we tell bars about ourselves, especially venues and stuff like that, is that we play a variety of genres. We try not to just stick to country. We go to a lot of country because, especially in Texas and Oklahoma, we're from Fort Worth.
Because people are going to dance.
Because that's what they're going to dance to.
Exactly.
Is what everybody knows. But we also go for some indie and some some alternative, some rock, some classic rock. It's just a
well,
little bit
and
of
I
everything.
got to tell you, I love the way you girls rock. I mean, it is so much fun. I say girls, okay, but you guys are amazing. You're
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Young ladies, let's say that. I like the way you young ladies rock. Chris, it was my first time to see you guys, and I know that you've been to Guitar Bar before a couple months ago, back early in May, and just, I love the way you work the crowd too. You were there to have fun, and you were there to have people have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. When you can bring the audience into what you're doing on the stage. When you were singing Faithfully, which I absolutely adore. Of course, everybody does. And having everybody sing with you.
That was probably our wildest moment throughout the night.
And I was there for it. Thank goodness for that. How do you come up with? Do you come up with a playlist on the fly? I mean, depending on what your audience is like.
We have a set list, and then we keep the same set list for about 2 or 3 months, and kind of work off of that.
So kind of what's coming up next.
Yeah, we kind of know what's coming up next in the vibe, and then we feel out the bar, and I call the shots.
You reserve the right
on the fly,
to change it, yeah.
Like, we're changing this song, and Kelly's pretty good. She knows, she's my bass player. If I start playing a song and I don't turn to her beforehand, she can usually pick up. There are some songs she'll go, "What are you playing? What are you doing over there? It's not the next song on
what
the set
has
list."
happened? My world is not complete. Yeah,
they're getting used to it though. Poor Deontay, he's our drummer, and we've only had him for I think like 2 months. He's finally getting used to
the fact that it's a little spaz.
Yeah,
a little
just
spastic.
slightly, but
yeah.
I kind of I go with what's going to keep the crowd going, and whatever that vibe is, we try to keep that going. And
tell me how long you've been playing music.
I've been singing since I was 3.
Wow.
I started singing in church when I was little. I started playing guitar when I was 18, right out of high school. Like, it was that summer, and all my friends moved off and got jobs, and so I sat in my room and learned how to play guitar.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Isn't it?
That's probably where some of your songwriting comes from too, huh?
Yeah, that's when I started writing too. I started playing because I wanted to be able to accompany myself and write songs. So I learned how to play, and I just picked it up. And
do your songs start out as songs, or do they start out as because this is why I'm asking. I write letters. Letters just is what I pour. I don't journal. It's letters because they have to be specific to somebody.
Yeah.
But I think some of those could be really good songs, or at least pieces of them could be really good songs. Do you say, I'm going to sit down and write a song? I need two verses and a chorus.
Mostly I write taglines in my car when I'm driving because I drive
that,
so much.
Just the hot spot, and then you come back and write around it.
Like a tagline or like a thing, and I'm like, oh, that was poetic, and then I'm like, oh, you're a nerd. But then I'll kind of keep, if I think about it a couple more times throughout the day, it's something to hold on to, and then I come back to it when I get home at night. So
we're going to come back in a couple of minutes, and we're going to talk about one of your originals that you played at Guitar Bar just this weekend. But do you have something? I know you brought some songs that you want to sing here in the studio, just acoustically for us. What would you like to play tonight?
Let's do one that I wrote with Tiffany Shelburne.
Awesome.
It's called Gypsy Haze. It's probably my favorite one on the album that's coming up. So,
ooh, we'll talk about that coming up as well. Live and local, Terry Allen's Guitar Bar. It's CamiMaki in the studio with us tonight.
Woke up way too late again today. Those covers fell in the same old way. And my whiskey haze don't pull me through the days like it used to.
wall, just wishing that you called like you used to. I've been living life in a quiet hell, 'cause I'm dying here, but baby you can't tell. So I just stay dazed, oh I call that name like I used to. 'Cause my heart beats and I feel nothing but the empty pain of my desire. As I sit and wonder what you're doing. Oh, this battle is my funeral pie, and I kill my pain in the same old way that I used to. Cause my heart beats and I feel nothing, but I won't let you steal my fire. I'm not wondering what you're doing. Well, this battle ain't my funeral pie. I won't kill my pain in the same old way that I used to. I won't kill this pain in the same old way that I used to. So I woke up way too late again today.
CamiMaki, live and local. Terry Allen's Guitar Bar. Jerry Anderson back in just a couple of minutes. Live and local on KLAW 101.